Good evening, everyone, and thank you for joining us tonight. Hello, there it is. Nope, yep, I should have used the other one. There it is. Hi, everybody, and welcome to our winter concert. I'm really excited for the things that Women's Ensemble is going to present for you tonight. We've made some really great strides forward since last you would have heard us in fall. First piece we're going to sing for you is a piece that I absolutely just fell in love with a couple of years ago. It's by a composer named Sarah Cordell. And she's one of these composers that anytime she writes anything new, I can't wait to do it. She writes so beautifully for women's voices. It's really going to show off here a little bit. It's text from William Shakespeare. You may be familiar with it. Blow, blow, thou winter wind. It's a little ironic while it's 50 degrees outside that we're singing Blow, blow, thou winter wind. But the text is really set perfectly by Sarah Cordell. One of the things I want you to pay a little bit of attention to is how the piano and the voices are really kind of in opposition, and yet it still works kind of neat. The piano, played masterfully, by the way, by Mrs. Gail Henry. She's gonna play a pattern that's mostly in 6/8 for those of you who are musically inclined, while most of us are singing in 3. Those things don't always line up, but I think it lines up very interesting and very satisfying. So I hope you enjoy our singing "Blow, Blow, Thou Winter Wind" by Sarah Cordell. Next, I've also really loved this for a long time. Of course, I came across it for the obvious reasons, the Wexford Carol. Obviously our connection, not really our Wexford, of course, from England, but I just find this melody to be so interesting. And I've always been drawn to things off the beaten path a little bit. I really have enjoyed this arrangement of the Wexford Carol. While it's nothing very strange in harmony, there's nothing really that's going to surprise you in here. I think it's just neat because it's not one that you really hear this time of year very often, and I think it's just kind of cool to have that connection between the town of Wexford in England that it was written for, and the fact that half of us live in that neighborhood as well. So I hope you enjoyed this arrangement by Ruth Elaine Schramm of the Wexford Carol. And as I mentioned in the last piece, I like things a little bit off the beaten path. Well, I love when something that is very familiar is taken and putting a twist on it a little bit. So this is an arrangement of Deck the Hall. And I like this for a lot of reasons. Number one, it's just got a terrific amount of energy. It was a lot of fun to learn. It also does a lot of weird things with time signatures. So if you're used to the Christmas Carol Deck the Hall, just be aware that there are lots of little places that are going to go take left turns. We're going to leave out beats here and there. It will also feature a duet of Lacey Duffy and Ava Grand midway through. And I think it's just kind of a very neat arrangement of Deck the Hall. We certainly hope you enjoy. just going to give them a moment to have chamber singers get set up. Chamber singers and women's ensemble are going to sing in a combined piece for the next piece. So as we're getting set up for chamber singers, that will start here just momentarily. I would like to take just a moment to thank our high school administration, who has been absolutely amazing for us. Dr. Bowman, Dr. Sviller, Dr. Hernandez, and Mrs. Mahowski. They have been so tremendously supportive of the music department, not only of our music kids, but of course all of the kids in the high school. And while I don't need to tell you how difficult it's been to kind of navigate these waters recently, it certainly helps when you have great bosses who are willing to support kids in any opportunity. So if you would just take a moment to thank our high school administrators. And we will be back with you shortly when Chamber Singers joins Women's Ensemble. And I had to remind you, if you have purchased one of our beautiful poinsettias in the front, before you leave, just make sure that you grab those. If you're a Women's Ensemble person, parent who has purchased one, now is probably a great time to do that. So that you have it before the next piece is over. So if you've bought any poinsettias and a Women's Ensemble person, I believe, I don't know if they're marked or not. Does anybody know, any of my boosters here know that they're marked? No, they just know whether or not they bought one, two, or whatever. So thank you. We'll be back with you in just a moment.